Hello, I'm going to be demonstrating the Touch Tournament app. Touch Tournament was developed by Team 2 for IST 402 Emerging Technologies Android development at Penn State University. Team 2 consists of Erik Benscoter and David Becker. I'll be demonstrating this on my LG G3 Android 5.1 phone. So Touch Tournament starts up. All the activities in Touch Tournament run in both landscape and in portrait. They move seamlessly between them both. Touch Tournament stores all the data that's used in a SQLite database locally for the purpose of this project. There is some error correction done. So like right now, this is a fresh install of Touch Tournament, and there's for example, a run existing tournament button, but no tournaments have been created, so no tournaments exist. It'll kick you back out. First step to create a tournament, you'll have to create an account, in which case we'll just put in a dummy username and password, or email and password, and then come up with a tournament name. For the purpose of functionality of this project, only single elimination is currently functioning. Not all the fields are mandatory, but it's nice to fill them in, so in future updates to the program we can add search functionality. The dates, use the date picker pop-up, which allows us to format the date in a desirable notation for the user and reformat it to store it in the database because the notation is different. The email and password at the bottom of the create tournament is used for authentication purpose. We create the tournament. Upon creating the tournament, it'll immediately ask you to enter the teams. Now, entering the teams, again, you don't have to enter all the fields. There is some error correcting here, like the wins and losses really doesn't matter, but the seed is very important. The seed will determine who that team is set up to compete against. So there is some error correction on the seed. For example, we have a 4-team tournament. You cannot select to be the sixth seed in a 4-team tournament. It doesn't make sense. So there's some error correction for that. And the seeding, again, the city, state, and contact email address become optional. They'd be nice to enter so that in future editions of the program, of the application, that you can search those. We also have put in error correction to not allow the user to double seed. So because the first team entered used the first seed, the second team cannot be the first seed. That would screw up the placement of the teams in the bracket. So this team, even though they're 12-3, has got to be the second seed because the first seed's already used. And really, the wins and losses are only not even displayed. Again, optional fields. Once those, however many teams are entered, it'll take you to the actual bracket. The bracket will allow you to start to advance. So let's say Team 1's pretty dominant and beats up Team 4 because Team 4 stinks. But But for whatever reason, Team 2, that was supposed to be really good, Team 2 has a really off day, and Team 3 plays outrageous and beats Team 2. And that's your first day's worth of play. At that point, you're done for the day. You come back. Your phone resets. All that. And you come back. And the next day, and you want to continue the tournament and enter the rest of the data. Now you can run the existing tournament. Select all the tournaments be listed with radio buttons. Select the tournament. If you put in the wrong password, invalid email password combination, of course. It brings you right back to where you were. And then allows you to select the winner. Team 3 has an unbelievable tournament and finishes with winning this tournament, upsetting Team 2 and Team 1. So let's look at another example, another feature of the Touch Tournament software here. Let's kill the app and bring it back, start it up again. Again, we'll create a new user account. The tournaments are actually associated with the user account, so we'll create a new one here. We'll say email. Make sure I get it typed in right. Create the account. Let's create a new tournament. And what I want to demonstrate here is another feature of Touch Tournament is the ability to handle buys, which is pretty critical in when you have a tournament that's not quite equal to a number that will divide down to 1. So this will actually be an example of, and Touch Tournament can handle tournaments up to 16 teams at this point. We didn't have all of our team members participate in development, so only 2 of the 4 team members participated. Or maybe we could have gotten some more of these developed. So Big Ten Hockey 2015. You have 6 teams in Big Ten Hockey. I'm not sure the location, the dates. I'll just leave those blank for the purpose of this. And so now we're going to enter the 6 teams. And this is actually what it was. Minnesota came in as the number 1 seed. They don't necessarily have to be in order. You don't have to enter them in order. We can say Penn State. Comes in as the 4th seed. Ohio State comes in as the 5th seed. Michigan State comes in as a 2nd seed. Michigan comes in as a 3rd seed. And Wisconsin comes in as a 6th seed. So it handles, because there's 6 teams in an 8-team bracket, that the 1st seed, Minnesota, and the 2nd seed, Michigan State, automatically get byes and don't have to play each other in the first round. The 4th and the 5th seed, in this case, Penn State and Ohio State, play in the first round, and the 3rd and the 6th seed play in the first round. Pretty intuitive in terms of setting up the bracket. Notice that there's vertical and horizontal scrolling, or you can flip the phone and see more in either direction. Pretty intuitive in terms of what's going on. So in this case over here, this is actually what happened. Michigan won. And then Michigan beat Minnesota. Down here, I'd love to tell you that Penn State won, but Ohio State beat us. And Michigan beat them. Oh, I selected the wrong thing. But it handles everything correctly and pushes everything through. So it's a good demonstration of handling the byes correctly. That's a demonstration of the app. It was a good project. It would have been a lot better with 4 people developing it instead of 2, but that is kind of what it is. So it took a lot of work, but it was worthwhile. Hope you've enjoyed seeing it, and any questions, feel free to email us. Thanks.